Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I have two stories to share with you in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. Starting with this one from you today. Ripple CTO battles XRP Ledger skeptics amid scrutiny. And then there's this one from the Crypto Basic. Ripple CTO says other projects using XRP is beneficial for XRP because it bolsters demand. Now, of course, that headline, which could just be a sentence, seems very obvious. But it's fascinating because there are people that still think that Ripple is perhaps doing shady things. And so David Schwartz ends up pushing back against this. I'll explain it all. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, it does seem to me in both instances here that a root concern has to do specifically with Ripple profiting from XRP and or selling XRP. And it's just astonishing to me that this is still a thing. This has been a known quantity for roughly a decade. Ripple's, the quantity of XRP they hold, what they're doing with it, known quantity, known factors. Yet still, in 2024, there's concern and well, certainly concern about it, but in some people's cases, disdain. And so, look, to be clear, anybody that has a problem with Ripple holding as much XRP as they do or selling their own XRP for profit, if you have a problem with that, fine. I actually respect that. I don't, which is why I'm here. For the people that do have an issue with that, fine. You don't have to participate in anything having to do with XRP. It's a fair critique, actually. I just don't care. I don't view it as some sort of major negative. There's always been concerns the whole time since before I jumped into crypto over 6 years ago. There's always been concerns, bandied about Ripple just dumping on the market, cratering the price of XRP forever, exiting stage left, so on and so forth. There's always been people saying stuff like that. Now, of course, with Ripple having the most to lose, should the XRP ecosystem not be sustainable long term, I don't know why they'd do that. It never made sense to me, so I don't care. Anyway, this first piece, again titled Ripple CTO Battles XRP Ledger Skeptics Amid Scrutiny, reads as follows. Ripple's Chief Technology Officer, David Schwartz, has reacted to a critic who claimed that XRP Ledger was a, quote, zero-sum game, end quote. The attention of the Ripple CTO was drawn to a comment by an ex-user who mentioned the context of the zero-sum game for XRP Ledger. Schwartz delved further, asking the user what he meant by zero-sum game, to which he replied that there was no product to generate income. This prompted the Ripple CTO to explain the fundamentals of XRP Ledger and its features. Schwartz describes XRP Ledger as, quote, a product that provides the service of transferring XRP and issued assets. And here, I'll actually just pull up the exact thread here from social media platform X. And this is what David Schwartz had to say right here. And again, if anybody has an issue with what Ripple's doing with their XRP, fine. Again, I legitimately respect that. I don't care. I don't think it matters. I mean, frankly, it's really nobody's damn business anyway. Like, Ripple doesn't have to be as transparent as they are. And the fact that they have been so transparent over the years has caused them grief that they otherwise wouldn't face. But it's still the right approach. You know, I wish that other major companies in the world of crypto and blockchain were as transparent as Ripple, frankly. But anyway, here's what David Schwartz wrote. The XRP Ledger is a product that provides the service of transferring XRP and issued assets. People pay fees for use of this service and, presumably, get benefits from each transaction that exceed the fees. And then he says, what are you saying is zero sum? And he never did answer. And he just said, told you I was a dummy, thank you, sir. So nothing against that guy either. I don't know why he's asking what he's asking. Like, here was the original question that he was trying to get David Schwartz to answer, which reads as follows. I'm still wondering why he doesn't answer this. David Schwartz, how do you explain using retail's liquidity to pay your taxes in a zero-sum game? And I am a big XRP holder. Can you explain? And so I don't think that he knows what a zero-sum game is. So I think that he thinks it means something different. But through context, I'm supposing that he's noting that Ripple is profiting from the sale of XRP, and that in terms of what Ripple does here, the business model is the problem, presumably, something to that effect. But it's just it just is what it is. Like, I'm surprised that we're even having to talk about this. And frankly, this next one I find more interesting and a little bit more ridiculous. And, there's an XRP community member asking a bunch of questions. It's not even necessarily that all the questions are bad. I don't know why they're being asked. To me, it doesn't seem like the right questions to ask, or it doesn't make sense to ask them. Anyway, so this is the headline. Ripple CTO says other projects using XRP is beneficial for XRP because it bolsters demand. Ripple CTO David Schwartz has emphasized that other projects using XRP benefit the asset by bolstering its demand. The commentary came during a recent exchange on X. It was sparked by an XRP enthusiast, Dark Horse, who sought clarification regarding the benefits of projects like the Root Network bring to XRP. And again, I don't want to read the article. Let's go straight to the source because this is what they were talking about right here. So here's the original post. This is from Dark Horse. And he wrote the following. So the Futureverse is a partnership with Ripple. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pause right here to note this, just in case need a little bit of table setting, because we very well may. Here is a headline from Crypto News. Ripple-backed Futureverse to bring Ready Player One franchise to Metaverse, January 5th of this year. Metaverse startup Futureverse, backed by 10T Holdings and Ripple Labs, has unveiled a partnership agreement with Warner Bros. Discovery to bring the Ready Player One franchise to the Metaverse. In an X thread on January 4th, the New Zealand headquartered startup said it has teamed up with Ready Player One author Ernest Cline to launch a new venture dubbed Readyverse Studios, aimed at integrating major IPs into the metaverse. Dan Farah, the producer of the 2018 Warner Bros. Film adaptation of the novel, is also listed as the co-founder of the firm. And you'll see as I go further through this, this actually, if successful, directly benefits XRP in terms of supply and demand. Absolutely. It would be one more thing that actually utilizes XRP, even though technically it's on a separate blockchain because you have to actually wrap XRP. I'll get into it in a minute here, but that's all you need to know for the moment. Now, let me get to the questions that Dark Horse had here. So again, Dark Horse says, so the Futureverse is a partnership with Ripple. We know that all distributions of XRP will only and has only been completed using ODL contracts since 2019. See pic below. Futureverse is using XRP as a gas token for the Root network. We are all aware that ODL is a zero net sum on price as they zero out the values. Okay, so I'll pause to note what I believe he's referencing right there is that there's buy and sell pressure instantaneously if you're utilizing XRP as a bridge currency on ODL. So that means that from the market from which the payment originates, there would be the purchase side. And then on the other side, there would be the sell pressure, because again, the XRP would be purchased in one market, transferred to an exchange in another market, and then sold. So then you have additional sell pressure. So in one part of the market, you have positive sell pressure. The other side, you have basically more or less equivalent selling pressure. So it nets out to zero, which means that in that case, XRP actually, ODL specifically, doesn't do anything to actually help the price of XRP. It doesn't make the price rise because there's buy and sell pressure on each side. Now, of course, there's a little bit more to that technically, because if there's a bunch of XRP that's being used for on-demand liquidity, and that increases dramatically, any XRP that's being held because it's imminently going to be used for that, or is being used for it in that moment, cannot be used for anything else. So that specifically would drive demand for XRP and increase the price of XRP in theory over time. So yes, ODL can be a net plus, and also, as long as there's utility, I think that's going to instill confidence in people to jump in and purchase XRP if they want to diversify into crypto for the first time. So there are reasons that ODL is a net plus for XRP in terms of price action, but in terms of the mechanics of it, if that's what he's getting at, he is correct there. Because there's sell and buy and sell pressure basically instantaneously. It kind of evens out, and that the reason that evens out is because arbitrage takes place. So if there's an inefficiency and inequality in the market, traders notice that. Especially if they have well-programmed bots, and if you can buy XRP cheaper in one market and then sell it at a profit in a different market because the prices are higher, like that's what people do. That's arbitrage. But anyway, so he says, so my questions are, does Ripple provide Futureverse with XRP to use as gas tokens? So, and I'll just pause to respond here and say, I haven't seen anything of the sort. I'm not aware of that being publicly known. I don't know why he's curious in terms of asking that, but I mean, it's not. That's why I said it's not a bad question. I don't know why that matters. But given that what I just covered here and I set on the table in terms of Ripple being, Ripple backing this, well, that's all well and good, but typically when you're talking about getting backed, it's just because there's some sort of financial transfer. That's pretty much it. So like I don't know why there would be assumption that it would be XRP though. I mean, sure, in theory it could, but why would we think that it actually is? That part didn't make sense to me. And then he says, if the above statement is true, what does this mean for XRP holders really? Well, again, I doubt that's the case, but if that is the case, I don't care. Because if XRP is getting used, and we'll get into a little bit of the specifics in just a minute here, just give me time to do this in order. Even if that's the case, if anything, it's good, because XRP would functionally be getting used. So I still don't see the problem, but he continues. He says, and then the real question is, if statement 1 is correct, if the ODL contracts have a clause in them where they can only sell a certain percent based on the volume of the day, using the root network to generate zero-sum transactions, but they are increasing the trading volume, this surely would only benefit those wanting to increase circulating supply by selling XRP, would it not? So David Schwartz ends up responding to this. I'll highlight that in just a second here, but like again, I personally, if I'm missing something, you guys let me know. I haven't seen anything about XRP being given to Futureverse. It's more like, here's Futureverse, here's what it can do. If you want to participate and you're just a regular person, you can wrap your XRP and then use wrapped XRP on that blockchain, which is a separate blockchain. How is that bad for XRP? And that has nothing to do with ODL. When you're talking about ODL, you're talking about using XRP as a bridge currency. So I think that there's some sort of functional misunderstanding perhaps here. And so then Dark Horse wrote, do not get my intentions on fudding Futureverse. This is not the case. I am trying to understand why this benefits XRP holders and why this narrative is being used where it appears when you look under the hood, it does the opposite. I'm just trying to find the fact that selling XRP is increasing circulating supply equals XRP holder benefit. Well, again, XRP getting used, I don't see how that's some sort of net negative. So I don't get what the problem is. And again, I don't think it's XRP as a gift because I haven't seen any proof on that. In terms of getting backed, it's probably money because Ripple has like $1 billion literally. So that would be my guess anyway. But David Schwartz responded to Dark Horse, and Schwartz wrote, a project using XRP as a token rather than launching its own token is good for XRP because it increases both the demand for and the utility of XRP. It's not that much different from an additional exchange listing or a business accepting a token as payment. Yeah, so that to me that seemed obvious. It's more XRP functionally being used, increasing utility. I'm not seeing how somebody could possibly view this as a negative, but that seems to be the case. And so then you have this question from Dark Horse. Can anyone tell me if Futureverse is one of Ripple's ODL customers? And specifically, ODL, or is Futureverse going to be transacting on the XRP ledger like everyone else? And so I was surprised by this question also. I don't think this makes sense, but XRP community member Panos responded. Now, Panos is a wealth of knowledge, one of the most knowledgeable guys in the XRP community, and I think he did a great job of explaining and setting things straight here. So he responded and said, Futureverse is a separate chain / layer 1. Ripple's ODL, now Ripple Payments, is a service / product for cross-border payments, completely unrelated to each other. Futureverse has nothing to do with XRP Ledger either. They are just using wrapped XRP on their chain as a gas token. Right. So, again, nothing to do with on-demand liquidity whatsoever. I don't see a reason to think that it possibly could have. My best guess is as to why Dark Horse was thinking that it might have something to do with that is because Ripple doesn't sell XRP. And so, the only way that it gets out into the ecosystem that he could think of presumably was through on-demand liquidity. I'm guessing that's where the tie came in, but even that still doesn't make sense. That's as close as I could think. But anyway, Dark Horse then wrote, so you don't know if Futureverse is an ODL customer either. And then Panos responds, the answer is pretty obvious. How can and why would a metaverse / gaming related chain ever need cross-border payments? This makes zero sense. And folks, he's correct. To me, this seems incredibly obvious. XRP being used in on-demand liquidity, it's as a bridge currency. Why? Why? In what application would it specifically be used here? It just doesn't make any sense. Not on-demand liquidity anyway. And so Dark Horse says, so how is the gas token used, and where are they obtaining the XRP? And where does it say that ODL is strictly for cross-border payments? Stable neutralization was designed for ODL transactions within the same country. So, who said ODL is only for CB, cross-border? And Panos writes, it's just wrapped XRP. They hold the real XRP on their wallet and issue a wrapped version / IOU on their chain, just like all other chains, or like XRP Ledger issuers such as GateHub do with other assets. Nobody said ODL is only for cross borders. It's for financial institutions, payment providers, or businesses who want to make payments and move money by using XRP as a bridge. The destination is fiat. So still, I can't see how you can come to the conclusion that Futureverse might be using ODL. And so then Dark Horse says, I'm not concluding, I'm asking. Okay, fair enough right there. He's asking. Why is he asking? I don't see how the question makes sense. No offense to him, I don't see how the question makes any sense whatsoever. Then he says, but everyone is saying they aren't, but no evidence, just assuming this is not true. Based on if Ripple can only sell XRP via ODL contracts as they use this as the XRP outflow and loans. How did they see Futureverse XRP, or have they sold them XRP? To which Panos responded, who said they sold XRP to Futureverse? Ripple can also donate and give XRP just like they have been doing for XRPL grants, UBRI, and other initiatives. But for Futureverse and RXRP, the wrapped XRP for Root Network, they don't buy it, people bridge it. But even if they had to buy it, Ripple could have given them XRP or invested in them in XRP, right? And that's certainly true too. And so I don't pretend to know for sure. I just haven't seen that specifically stated by any party involved with this, especially Ripple. But again, usually when Ripple's backing a company, there's a monetary implication. And so there are usually funds set up for this, and money is transferred. Actual dollars, not XRP. So I don't know. It sounds interesting. Again, this is all positive for XRP, though. If this is functionally being used, David Schwartz is hitting the nail on the head, and so is Panos here. This is good. So we'll see to what degree this may have success as time passes. But if it's successful, yes, it's one more thing for which XRP is going to be used, and actually, in this case, locked up, because there would be there'd be a wrapped version of it on a separate blockchain. That's awesome. So I'm just not seeing I can't see it. But it's being covered in multiple crypto media outlets, and it's been discussed pretty widely within the community. So I just wanted to take a stab at explaining what I know about it at this point and share some of my opinions, and opinions obviously from a couple others, including David Schwartz and Panos. But you guys can let me know what you think, and if I'm missing something, that's fine. I'm not a know-it-all. There's a chance I'm missing something, but I just don't see how any of this is something that we should be worrying about. But if I'm missing something, of course, let me know in the comment section below. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.